I'm headed over to Culture today to get my workout in. I'm pretty beat up, pretty sore, so it's gonna be a rest day, all improvised. And I find when I'm low energy, I just gotta show up. And I show up and I do one thing, like a dead hang here, get the blood flowing, start stimulating the muscles, and one thing leads to the next. And then all of a sudden I feel like doing some pull-ups, and then I feel like doing some squats, and it just goes from there. I like these pull-ups because it's challenging my hand-eye coordination, it's challenging my speed, and it works the grip strength that on and off with the hands. Got the fat grips here. I love these because it just gives you a different look, challenges your hands in a different way. And the more ways we can challenge our hands, just like this with the bumper, get different looks, the faster we're gonna be able to accelerate our progress. Because the same thing over and over is not gonna be challenging anymore. We gotta find new ways to challenge ourselves, new adaptations, and like I said, it's gonna speed up that progress. Just another variation of some grip work here. I've also seen people throw towels or their gi over the bar and then grab that towel or gi for a different look. A lot of this stuff is just for play. Just get up there, make it challenging, start to sweat, start to breathe heavy. Love playing catch with the dumbbell. This is a classic one right here, right? It's not very tough, but it gets your hands working, it gets your muscles working up into your torso, gets the core activated, gets the posterior chain activated, and one thing leads to the next. And you know, I'm starting to feel better and better. I love juggling. It's something that should be in everyone's routine. Great for your hand-eye coordination, great for seeing things that aren't in your direct line of sight. There's a lot of times where if I'm hand fighting in Jiu Jitsu, I'm not looking at their hands, right? But I gotta be able to know where it is in space. And juggling is gonna help you big time with understanding where your hands are in space. And it's a great thing to do while you're resting. I've been loving these roller boards. This one's called the Hero Board. Perfect for hamstring curls, perfect for bringing strength and stability to your knees. I love this. It activates the hamstring, right, and gain control over that posterior chain. A lot of us don't really activate our hamstrings, so something like this kneeling hamstring curl, we don't need any weight, we don't need any equipment, and we're going to be able to activate our hamstrings and glutes, and potentially even our calves. This is perfect for jiu-jitsu right here, this hamstring curl with the med ball, simulating like being on someone's back and getting those hooks in. This right here is just shoulder mobility. Again, I have a jiu-jitsu mindset coming into a lot of this stuff, so I'm trying to simulate or understand the feeling of what it's gonna be like if someone puts me in a Kimura or an Americana. I wanna explore that range of motion before I'm forced into that range of motion, so that way I can be smart about my training and know my limits. Same thing here with the wrist flexion and extension, right? I wanna be able to understand my range of motion and understand how far I can push myself before an injury happens. So I'm beating myself to the punch. This is injury prevention. This is understanding my own body and also trying to strive forward to increase the durability of my wrists and joints and whatever stuff I'm working and lengthen those muscles. So I love this extension here of the wrist, working through my fingertips, trying to push that floor away, but also trying to pull back at the same time, right? There's a lot of different things you can do. You can push in the ground, you can pull away from the ground to sink in further to that stretch. And then right here, I'm just kind of crushing my hands into the floor. This is good if you're a beginner at this stuff, which I still am, right? I'm on my knees and I'm just seeing how much weight I can put on these hands and what they can do, right? I don't want to take a spill and land wrong and break my wrist because I've never gone through that before. So just doing little tests like that is great for the injury prevention. This one's huge right here, right? Just being able to bounce around low on the ground, really get into those feet, ankles, Achilles, calves, and have low to the floor mobility. Again, all coming from a jiu-jitsu mindset. This is something that is huge. If you're in jiu-jitsu, then you understand that you're on the ground the entire time, and you got to know what the ground feels like. You got to know how to move your body around to, again, it's avoid injury, but also learn your movement patterns and learn what's sticky, as in where do I need to gain some mobility. So some technical stand-ups. My hips always feel sticky on those technical stand-ups, so I try to get those in every day. And then notice I'm on my knuckles here, right? That's just because putting my hands down open, like I'm doing right now, is I'm working toward that, but I can't just, go crazy and put all my weight there. Something's gonna potentially get injured. So that's where I go to my knuckles. But I'm trying to work on getting those hands in the ground. Bunch of random stuff. Like I said, it's improvised. Some of it doesn't look pretty, some of it does. Just working different things for jiu-jitsu. The movement on the ground is something that is massively important for jits. So finally, I'm just finishing with some explosive get-ups. Just the front leg only is pushing through the ground through the balls of my feet. And then you can add a box here to add a little hop to it at the end. But this one's perfect for not having a lot of equipment and still getting a lot of work in. And then, of course, I can't finish there. We get home, got to pick up the rock, got to keep working the grip strength. My feet and my hands have been my favorite thing to exercise, so I'm trying to do that as much as possible, and I've definitely seen some improvement in my calves and forearms. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys back here for the next episode. Please like this video and subscribe if you have not already. Appreciate you guys.